Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of ED Outdoors. I am headed out to the woods now. I'm about to go to this little spot, a piece of public land that's part of the refuge that I'm hunting now. It's literally right down the street from my house. Like, hold on a second. Like when I tell you right down the street, I mean, according to Google Maps, it is 9-minute drive, 7 total miles from my house. So I could literally, you know, walk or run, or I mean, I wouldn't run because I mean, yeah, I wouldn't run, but yeah, it's right next to my house. So we're headed out now. My buddy and I actually went here a few days ago. It rained all last night, rained all morning, and this is the best time. I'm telling you guys, right after rain is the best time to get in the woods, because you can sneak in quietly because everything's wet and you won't leave much scent. And these deer, when it's raining, it's real loud in the woods, rainfall, these deer bedded down, they skip feeding. All right, and I know a lot of people say, oh, the moon was out all night, so deer were up all night eating, so they ain't gonna be eating in the morning. Or they say, oh, it was dark last night, so you know, these deer weren't moving because it's too dark. That's not how it works. All right, just a little information about deer. Deer feed 5 times in a 24-hour period. That's what they need to maintain their body fat, what they need to maintain healthy lifestyle. 5 feedings within a 24-hour period. All right, that's 3 in daytime, twice at night, or twice in daytime, 3 times at night. It doesn't matter. Now when it's raining real heavy and these deer are bedded down, there's a lot of pressure on them because their senses are just going nuts. All right, they skip a feeding. If it rains all night, they skip 2 feedings, whatever it may be, and they just don't eat. Now as soon as that rain stops and the pressure is lifted and the stress level is brought down, these deer have to make up that. They have to get those 2 feedings in, so they are more likely to be out earlier feeding longer, or out later feeding longer. So yeah, so I went out the other day out to my private property, and I walk in and I checked my camera, got up in my tree, sat down, and once I got my filming gear set up, I looked over to my left and there were 2 deer moving through the woods. They didn't even see me. They were 50 yards from me, didn't even see me. I saw them moving through and I threw my rifle up to get a shot, but I couldn't get a clear shot. I didn't want to take a bad shot, so I let them move on, and in hopes of them coming back around, but they never did come back around. But I mean, that's the best time is right after rain, because these deer have to make up their feeding, they have to make up their schedule for food that they missed. So yeah, one more red light and I'll be there. So I'm gonna cut my camera now. I'm gonna get set up. Once I get set up, then I will bring you guys back in, and we will hopefully get this deer tonight. So let's see. Alright you guys, I'm walking out now. The tree I was sitting under had acorns under it. They weren't fresh acorns, but you can tell some had fallen. Anyway, the tree I was at, can't see it from here, but over here it opens up and there's a lot of travel corridors. You see down through there, back to the thicket, and a lot of greenery, but I'll be able to shoot down to here from the tree that I picked this morning. When I come back this afternoon, I have good luck there. Look at this trail, it's nice. If I have any luck, then that'll be my new tree sitting when I come out here. But anyway, I'm walking back now. Got about about 150-yard hike back through the bayou, and then be back in the parking lot. So yeah. Alright, you guys, it's next morning. I'm out here on private land, going hunting. It rained pretty good last night. Thunder and lightning. I doubt those deer were moving too much last night. So I think they skipped a few feedings, and I think that this morning they'll be out a little later. Overcast, drizzly all day. Nice cold front, 52 degrees, so should be pretty good. It's kind of late getting out here. I want to adjust it to the time change, so it's a little bit behind schedule. Probably should have woken up about 30 minutes earlier, but it's exactly 7 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna hang out. Got a buddy of mine wants me to meet him at the range today around 10 to help him sight in his rifle. So missed it for about 3 hours. And if it's slow, then I'm gonna to the range and help him, but hopefully it won't be long before we get us deer. We'll see. Alright, you guys, just shot at one. I don't know if I hit it or not. I saw one run to the left, one run to the right. So I'm gonna have to look for blood. Kind of rushed the shot a little bit, to be honest. Man, now I'm worried. I rushed that shot way too quick. Dang it. Alright, I'm gonna climb down. It's wet out, so if I need to look for blood, I need to hurry before the rain washes it off, so we'll see. Alright, guys, I'm back at base camp. I don't know, I'm a little disappointed. I'm very disappointed, actually. Alright, reviewed the film. Couldn't really see a whole lot because I wasn't zoomed in, but I saw the big doe first. I mean, she's humongous. I saw her first. Walk out. That's what caught my attention. I started rolling the camera, and then once I started rolling the camera, went ahead and threw my rifle up because they came in at there's a lane. There are lanes running that way back into the thicket. There are 4 lanes. 4 lanes here. There's 2 lanes on the other side. They've been coming off of that lane, so I swear I was watching that, and they've been coming from the hardwoods back up. Come up. I saw the big one. She kind of went that attention. I saw her move back to my right. And then I saw the second deer moving down off of that lane. Then I threw my scope up, and in my scope, if you can imagine, I see her bring her head up. I'm looking, so I put my crosshairs where the top of the lungs will be, and I took the shot. Now when I took the shot, I made a jerk my rifle. I was threading that bullet, so any little 2-3 inch difference, left, right, top, bottom, Could have made it miss, but apparently something did. And anyway, my footage, I saw one run that way to the left, one ran to the right. And when I was aiming at it, ran to the right. So, like I told you guys, it's wet out. I want to get out before a blood trail washes. First thing it told me it was a miss. For one, the shot felt bad. For two, I'm using Deer Season XP, made by Winchester. Now, I'm not promoting them or anything like that, but every deer I've shot with this bullet have dropped, and the ones that didn't drop, they stumbled to the left or to the right, and then dropped within 4 yards. But it's good though on the camera, rewinding back, knowing that these deer weren't injured because there was no blood and they act like they were hit. So that's good. They lived to be hunted another day. Anyway, I walked about 100 yards to the left. No blood. Went through the thicket. Got all kind of splinters and thorns and stuff. Off to the right, where the other deer went. No blood. No. I did everything right. Washed my clothes, washed all my gear, scent free. Woke up early, took a scent free shower, came out, sprayed down, came in, ripped my boots, eased into the stand, got set up, nice and quiet. I'm sitting, watching, waiting. Everything's done right except for that final split second of pulling the trigger. Now I'm contemplating on, do I hunt tomorrow morning? Do I hunt tomorrow evening? Like, do deer have amnesia? Are they gonna, still show up and do the same thing even though they were shot at? Maybe they didn't immediately run off. They kind of, by the time I shot, brought my rifle down, I saw them with my bare eye running left and right. But, maybe they weren't spooked too bad to where they can come back or what, I don't know. It makes me sick. It's the first time I missed a deer. So I really don't know how to take it, but it's part of it, I guess. So yeah, anyway, about to pack up, head in. I'm meeting a buddy of mine at the range, and I wasn't planning on shooting at first. I was going to sight his rifle in, but now I'm worried about my rifle and my sight, so I gotta reshoot mine, make sure it's still on. It's been 30 minutes since I took that shot, so. Oh, make matters worse, I'm walking through, but I'm on my way back up here. I'm probably about 40 yards from here, and I hear a shot go off right down the road. So one of my neighbors was out there and shot probably the deer that I ran off in that direction. He probably shot it, maybe. What are you gonna do? Yeah, remember this moment. Next time, I was just so desperate for a deer. It's like, man, it's first week of November. This time last year, I had 4 deer in the freezer, and now I'm 0 deer. I was so desperate for a deer, and I've been seeing so many. I've seen them like religiously, seeing them, but haven't had a shot on them. They're moving through there. I think I'm just call it a day on hunting, and then may come out tomorrow morning and try again. Don't rush your shots. Don't rush your shot. Don't rush your shot. Alright, I'm done. Alright, guys, a little bit of an update. Went out to the range with my buddy. Told you guys I was going to try my rifle, and I'm glad I did. I actually first shot I took with the rifle, it hit like 6 inches to the right. So I adjusted it, and it was hitting a little high. So I adjusted it, it was hitting too far to the left and a little bit low. Anyway, after about 10 shots, I realized my scope was probably moving. So I called the range master over, went over, got a toolkit, and I tightened down the scope ring mounts. I tightened down the scope in the scope ring mounts. And then I went back, got another screwdriver, and I further tightened the scope ring mounts. And then I tightened again the scope ring mounts. All in all, the scope ring mounts were about 4 or 5 full turns loose. So what had happened was, I sighted in about 2 months ago, and it wasn't tight on the rifle, and so whenever I shot, or as I was shooting, it was loosening up. So pro tip, you guys, even though you sight your rifle in, even though you sight your muzzleloader in, whatever you're using, hey, double check it. At least every few shots, double check it, because I feel a lot better knowing that I didn't miss that deer because of my fault. Yeah, I rushed a little bit, but it still should have hit. But in my defense, the scope wasn't tight on the rifle, so I feel better about that. But that doesn't necessarily give me a deer now. Yeah. So hopefully tomorrow evening, those deer out there, hopefully they're not spooked too much and they come out. So we'll try to see tomorrow. That's it from Media Outdoors. EDO out.